What up, guys? It's your girl KeezyKay here, and as promised, I told you guys I would be reacting to the challenge Vendettas, and episode 11 just aired. But before I get into this recap, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment down below. Also, check out my lyrics channel, MsOnlyLyrics, MsOnlyLyricsTwo, as they will also be in the description down below. So without further ado, let's get into this. Alright. I love the fact that they called this episode "It's Britney, Bitch." Like, that just says it all. Basically, how this is going to go on, first of all, the setup intro. I feel like at some point, I feel like Nicole should have known at a certain point that if production asked her to talk about Laurel, and given the fact they already seen some mercenaries, and then they ask about her ex, like, I would be starting putting puzzles together in my head. I'm like, they just came in and they're asking me about Laurel. Laurel's coming. But anyway, they set that up point blank, which I thought was pretty funny. And then we get into the challenge, which is called "This Land Is My Land." Now, Devin picks the teams. I feel like anytime there's a grenade that gets them to pick their teams, if it has like pick your team in it, they're going to choose that. Because obviously, if you choose the team to line up, you're going to give yourself the best game point. And so basically, Devin picks him, Brad, Nelson, Cam, and Kayla. And then the other teams, it was 2 teams of 5 and 1 team of 4, which had Leroy, Kyle, Carmaria, and Jamie, which I felt like they were setting my team up to lose. And I am so happy just for that. You can hear Leroy's commentary back. He was like, "That's what you get. That's what you get." Like, you guys gotta check out Leroy.
We lost. My team lost. That's what y'all get. Guys, Kyle is beating us. That's right. Because y'all terrible. That's why.
And anyway, so basically, to the rescue it goes. Zach wins. Zach team wins. And so basically they choose Natalie, Tony, and Zach. Zach I get. Tony I get. Tony has been stepping up. He's been in the Troika a lot. I feel like people need to watch out for Tony at that point. You gotta feel like, how many times has Tony been in the Troika? Tony's been in the Troika 5 times. Zach's been in the Troika 3 times. Bananas 4 times. Natalie 3 times. And Kyle 3 times. So basically, Tony has been placed in the Troika the most out of everybody and out of the guys. And Natalie's been in the Troika the most out of the girls. I feel like people need to catch up on these things. It's not always good to have the same people in the Troika. But whatever. So basically, Devin just sunk his team. And now they have the vote. Now, it was obvious who the vote was going to go. So basically, they voted Brad and Camden. I honestly thought, in my opinion, it should have been Kayla, but it's whatever at that point. So we're going in, and then you hear, let's talk about Natalie and Nelson bonding over the fact that Kaylee's gone and Banana's gone. You see how, this is what I'm talking about, people. You see how fast Natalie leeches onto someone the second she feels like she's not being shielded, she goes to the next person. And she's like, yeah. She's like, I bonded really close with Nelson. She's like, yo, he has my back and I have his back. I'm like, are you serious? And then the fact that they're in the Troika, hands down, Zach and Tony want Nelson in. First of all, I feel like if that's how she's gonna ride for her friends, her supposedly friends, I don't care what it is. I'm like, at least I can say, like, I straight up, like, I could have said, like, yo, I fought for you, Nelson, but it didn't go in my favor. But I want you to know that I did try to fight for you. Instead, me just sitting here, zip lips, not saying, because I don't want to upset Zach and Tony. Like, are you serious? If you're gonna just be all puppy-eyed and like, oh, they were bigger than me, I can't do anything about it. Like, Natalie gets on my nerves, and then he goes, wow. She's like, I'm sorry. She really didn't try at all. She just didn't want to say it. She's like, okay, you can have Nelson. Like, at that point. It was stupid. And then we get to the voting, and she says his name. Like, are you serious? That is what is stupid. She did the same thing to Nelson like she did Alicia. Like, I don't understand. It's like, do you not understand the game, or you just want to make targets? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just waiting for the day Natalie goes home. And so then, of course, it's a double elimination. So, the Troika picks. They pick Nelson, Kyle, and Leroy. In my opinion, I thought it was about time. I feel like I'm not really mad at it because I get it. Because there's not a lot of people to choose from. Like, who's left? There's, like, for the guys, there's Devin. I feel like that's it. There wasn't a lot of options to really go with. So I can understand Kyle and Leroy going in. And then for the girls, which I don't understand. Here's what I don't understand. Okay. Brittany won, and she was like, okay, all I ask is that I would have, like, first of all, I would have put Brittany in the Troika, because first of all, I would have been like, yeah, I haven't been in the Troika either, but they was like, oh, Brittany didn't do anything. I mean, it's a little iffy. They were saying she was just a cheerleader. I don't really know about that, because they showed clips of it, but you can't really picture the whole thing, because we weren't actually there. But I would have been like, Natalie, I would have just stepped back. But she's like, because probably she was scared of the double elimination. She's like, no, I have to be in the Troika because my name is definitely going to get called. Hands down. If Natalie was not in the Troika, she would have been on that list. And so, first of all, they made a promise. I feel like at that point, why make a promise? It's like, you might as well just keep it up front, keep it real to begin with. And on top of that, so they make the promise to Brittany that she's not going in. And then Zach goes to Carmaria and says, I want to put Brittany in. And I forgot who else said it. I forgot somebody was in the background. I think maybe, was it Jamie? I don't remember who. I think it was Jamie. But, he was like, yeah, I'm going to put her in. So, you're having this talk with Carmaria, and then come to find out, you put Carmaria in. Jamie, I understand. Jamie is a layup at that point. It was about time she going in. It was about time she went in. I honestly would have put Kayla in, if you ask me. Because I don't really see, like, I kind of iffy the Tony and Kayla relationship. But when she was like, oh, Zach is my guy, like, I haven't seen anything about Zach. I don't know, maybe if it has to do with the fact that she's friends with Jenna, and Jenna likes Zach, and they're dating, and so it's the whole, oh, one of my good friends. And I'm like, Jenna is friends with everybody. Certain people more than others, yes, but I'm like, Jenna is friendly with everybody. So I feel like if that's the standard you're holding it to, it should be at fault here. But whatever. So they put him in. Now I know for a fact that Jamie's a layup. Like I just told you, it's just layups how it goes. The layup was Alicia out. Kaylee was always the layup. She left. She's gone. They gotta fill that spot. So Jamie is now that new layup. And honestly, I'm not surprised. She's not, now Natalie isn't going to say Carmaria's name or Jamie, which is weird because she's supposedly in this alliance with Carmaria and Jamie. And I feel like Natalie, what did you vote on at that point? It's like, you're faulty. Like, she irritates my skin. She just baffles my mind. So they're in, and then they all vote Brittany. And then Brittany asks specifically as to why she's in as she promised. And they're just like, I don't know. I would have just been real. Like, I put you in because this X, Y, and Z. Boom. Like, at least be real about it. That's how people create vendettas and targets. Because people always hide behind screens and then lying about it. Then when they confront you, you're just like, oh, when you could have just been honest at that moment in time. And so then basically she was like, oh, thanks for the heads up. She goes in. And then what did I say? Like I said, my predictions, spot on. Spot on. I said Brad and Nelson. I forgot that it was a double elimination because I knew obviously the mercenaries were coming. I just forgot there was a double elimination. So I forgot to give the other two. But I was right. Brad and Nelson and Cam. Obviously said Cam and Brittany. So like, dude, I'm like spot on with these things. Like, I see it, I sense it, and I'm just going for it. But let's move on from I was right from last recap. And then we have Brad and Nelson and Cam and Brittany. So you have the mercenaries. We have Frank the Tank. That's not, I don't know if that's the name. I just said it because it rhymed. We have Darrell, Laurel, and Crazy Ashley's back, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, the odds were not in her favor, like I said. Even TJ, he was like, sorry, Brittany. Not in your favor. Totally different weight classes. And then you have Cam versus Ashley. Totally different weight classes. And I will say this first, because I want to talk about the elimination first, and then I'll get into the Laurel and Nicole situation, and then I'll get into the Laurel and Cara Maria situation. Now, first up was, I think, Brad versus Frank. That was totally disappointing, like, on Frank's part. Brad just literally ripped him apart, like, in, 10 seconds. He just ripped and grabbed for it. Ring the bell. He got that grenade, though. Like, you gotta remember who put you in. Like, Tony, Zach. I mean, he's not really in alliance with any of them. I feel like his alliance is, like, Nelson and Devin. And then we had Cam versus Ashley. Now, I will say this. The thing about it is, Ashley's weight and Cam is a little different. Cam got a little further. But, you just look at Ashley, yo, she is crazy. She was like, I got all day. Like, she was like, I got all day. And she was just laughing and giggling. It's like, she's really crazy. It's like, that's why you don't underestimate Ashley. Because her craziness is beyond. Like, you cannot determine what this girl's gonna do. And overall, Cam won, which is great for Cam. That pretty much shows that she's capable. Although, if you ask me, if she went against Anissa, it would have been a little different fight. And if she went against Laura, it would have been a different fight. I feel like she just lucked out on getting the easier people to beat. Because I think Tori was an easy beat, and I think Ashley was an easy beat. Not saying that they're weak, but the setup and range, it would have been more an even match. Where I feel like Cam got, like, the lighter weight. And then we have Nelson and Darrell. I will give you that. They put up a fight. Now, here's what I didn't understand. So, it came to a draw because they were holding way too long. And so, it was a draw. So, that means Nelson got the chance to stay. But, I found out that when Brittany went against Laurel, they told her that no matter how long she hold, there wasn't going to be a draw. That, like, either she won it or she lost it. And I felt like that wasn't fair. Because if they did it to Nelson, then she could have got it. Because they went for way longer than what was shown. And at that point, like, Brittany, she did held her own. She held her own against Laurel. But Laurel, she, like she said, she took no prisoners. And basically, she won. So, basically, 1 out of 4 did their jobs correctly. And it sucks that Brittany had to go. It's just unfortunate. Like, out of the 4, only 1 left. Since Nelson drawed, he didn't get a grenade. Which I felt like if Nelson got a grenade, oh my god, he would have used that on Natalie. And Natalie, you could just see her. She was just praying, like, oh my God, I hope Nelson doesn't come back. She was just hoping, like, yes, I got rid of somebody. And the karma comes back. Nelson is back in the house. Nelson is back in the freaking house. Okay. So basically, Brad and Cam have a grenade. Brad's got to think wisely. His girl just left. So he has to think about this rationally. And it all also depends. Okay, so from what I think, since there's 2 grenades, it's not going to be a pick a team, which I'm so happy about. And they get to add time onto somebody. That's what I think it is. Because you can tell by like the grenade what it is. Because none of them said pick a team. So it just said add time, a time penalty to someone. So that can come in handy. Basically, you want to see how the lineup of the team goes, or maybe they have to do it before or after. But Laurel comes in, just distraught on Nicole's face. Like, she's literally in the corner. Like, Laurel's just like, and as she's doing it, like, she's like, yeah, she's like, I'm not even paying attention to Nicole. She's like, do I want to see her hurt? No, but she's like, at the end of the day, I have a job to do. And I will say, it was still cute how Nicole was still helping, like, she was still helping her out. Like, she was still helping Laura out, like, telling her, like, go, good job, this and that. So I give respect to that in that manner. And then after it was all said and done, it was leaving, she goes up and literally goes to Nicole. And they have, like, this moment of chat. And then the thing is, like, she's like, I just want to let you know I'm sorry. And then Laura's like, I forgive you. And she's like, but Nicole's like, you know, you could have tried harder for us. And Laura just like, I just wanted to tell you good luck. And then bounce. So it was like, wasn't really trying much to do. And between the, Carmaria, because see, Carmaria is so smart. And I feel like they did that so dirty. You look on Twitter, and you can see when it's like Nicole and Laurel and Carmaria just like they have her as a gift. And then the thing about it is, Carmaria was talking about the Laurel and Brittany match and the weight class and everything. And like some people are saying like, oh, weight doesn't matter. They was like, oh, what was it? Camille went against Laurel and Laurel won. And Camille won. But you gotta understand that it didn't have anything to do with body contact. Like, it was literally, they had a rope. And the thing about it is, Bennett's size did matter at that point because Camille was small enough. She was able to get through the ropes more faster. She may have struggled, but she was able to get through the ropes a lot faster than Laurel. And so I honestly felt like weight has something to do with these matches because Laurel is obviously in a different weight class than Brittany. I feel like that's what I'm saying. If it was Laurel and Cam, I feel like that would have been kind of even. Ashley and Brittany, I feel like that also would have been kind of even. It was just the odds weren't in Brittany's favor at that point. And so then I forgot what it was. And I'm seeing some new stuff here. So this is interesting. I'm seeing some new stuff here. It's way too much going on here. Carmaria said like maybe 3 tweets about Laurel and then conversation was over. This is like days. But the one I was referring to was... Okay. So Carmaria tweeted, this is why MMA has weight classes for this kind of shit. Not fair at all. That's all she said. And then she says, Cara tweets something like that every time because she doesn't respect me. And that's why I enjoy pummeling her ass into the ground every time and everything. And then Carmaria tweeted, pretty classy, Laurel. I never deny you are a monster in physical eliminations. I would pay to see you and Emily, if you guys are a fan of the challenge, you should know who Emily is. And also Heather, if you guys are a fan of the challenge, go at it. Would be nice to see an even matchup. But I never speak down on people or say I would destroy them no matter how bigger I am. That is what Karma Maria said. But basically that's it. I'm not going to show anymore because Laurel just went on. At a certain point, Karma Maria just stopped. And then she like just went on this another rant about, oh, Karma Maria learned this from me, learned this from that. Laurel is just petty at this point. So that's pretty much it. So the question I've been wondering, I'm pretty sure Laurel and Karma Maria are they friends? I don't think so at all. And so then we're coming to, alright, let's backtrack back to Natalie and Nelson. Now she has to deal with the fact that, like, my thing is, I'm trying to see how she's gonna try and play this. Is she gonna try to play this, oh, I had to do it because Tony and Zach card? Or is she gonna own up to it? Because in Nelson's mind, the alliance is voided. She's literally crying her eyes out. And I'm like, girl, like, you don't even get an applause for that. Those are just fake tears. You had no problem saying his name. Like I'm saying, if that was what, I don't care who's the other two were in Troika. That's like the same thing with Nicole. When what Shane said, she was straight up honest about it. She was like, I want Shane in. She was like, happy about it. My vote's for you, Shane. She owned up to it. And Nicole was like, oh, I'm standing up for my friends and this and that, this and that. I'm standing up for my friends. Point blank, period. Natalie did not do any of those things. She waited until the after fact. She thought he was going home when it turns out he didn't go home. So now that plan backfired in her mind. Just like how she wanted Bananas gone, Bananas is gone. Nelson, she wanted Nelson gone. Nelson is still here. Like, ooh, I'm so upset Nelson didn't get a grenade, yo. That would have been used straight on Natalie. So now we are down a couple. Okay, so basically the only person I really left is Brittany. Disappointing. Like, it's still way too many people, if you ask me. I think that's it for the mercenaries. I can't really see them bringing anybody else back. They gotta do like a knockout round. I feel like at some point. I'm just throwing it out there. This is on a wild limb that my girl Karma Maria has to be in the Troika next week. Because this is ridiculous. Like, she needs to be in the Troika. I feel like out of everybody, who hasn't been in the Troika? Karma Maria, Cam, Jamie, and Leroy. Out of all those people left, only 4 people have been in the Troika. I feel like these 4, like, come on. You know who I really want to see in the Troika, which would be funny? I want to see Jamie in the Troika. Like, she'll stir some shit up real fast. That's who I want to see in the Troika. I feel like every season at some point, they always do trivia. So maybe that'll be the day, Jen. I forgot. I thought it was going to be, whatchamacallit. But I forgot. The Troika picks the teams. So that's how it's going to be sorted out. Now, the thing is this. Since Cam and Brad have a grenade, you have Tony, Zach, and Natalie picking the teams, which is unfortunate. But I feel like they're going to work the grenades to their favorites because they wouldn't want to be on the team, like, with the grenade. Like, Brad, I feel like Brad would use the grenade on Tony. I feel like he would use it on Tony or Zach at this point. So it's like, if you want, they might put Brad on this team just to avoid the grenade. Because I don't think they're going to put both Zach and, well, they might put Cam on a team together. And so Natalie is just like going along with whatever they say. And Nelson's like, yup. He's like, let's see. If she puts me on a faulty team, then I know Natalie is a piece of crap. At this point, I'm not really keying on details as to who. Because 3 people have to go into the Troika. The challenge is obviously a time challenge. Obviously, I want to see Karma Maria in the Troika because I feel like it's about time. I feel like it's just time. My perfect lineup of the Troika, which I would be guaranteed 100% fine with, would be Karma Maria, Kyle, and Leroy. Those three I would be absolutely fine with. I feel like Leroy, because, you know, Leroy's was upset, you know, people celebrating Bananas was gone. Leroy just sitting there chilling. And so Leroy was like, nah, he's like, I ain't going home. It ain't time for me to go home. He's like, people gonna look at me as the next threat. When you should think about the people who line with Bananas. You knew with Leroy already. Natalie, faulty girl. And that is it for this challenge recap. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment down below on what you guys think of the episode. I'm KeezyKay, saying I do to you.